All right, everybody, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We are live today on our new, well, we're running a dual server setup today, guys. We are going to be doing multiple servers at once. I'm trying to get everything kind of set up here so we can get this thing going. I only have two screens set up. I'm running a little bit slackish here at the moment. I only have two screens coded into this thing, so normally I run three, but currently we have two. So we're going to work with what we got and keep her pushing. So what we're going to do is let me get everything going here. Looks like we're doing good. All right, again, welcome back, welcome back. We are going to be installing our gun packs today, trying to get all that moving. All right. Let's see what we got here. So, all right. Getting all my stuff in place so we can get this thing moving. All right. Hang on just a second. Let me get everything moved around. All right. So, again, what we're going to do is we're going to install all the Kyros Weapons Packs in one long, drawn out process. But unlike normal situations, we're going to do it as a dual. I'm going to install on both my a panel server and on a VPS at the same time. So you guys, if you're having either option, you'll be covered by this one. And it's 8 packs, so it's going to take us a hot minute. So let's just get into it right away. If you guys haven't already done so, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, and leave us some comments on this video and all the other videos, along with likes on those as well. Those are what helps us grow the channel. Like and the comments help with that algorithm, and the subscription helps us grow the channel so we can work with more developers, kind of like Kyros, which we did buy these though. Wished he could have supported that, but we bought these long before all this started, and they weren't cheap. So let's just get right back into it, guys. I've got to move a few things around here, but we're going to make it work. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to, let's see. So I want to look at my stream really quick because I want to make sure that everything is coded correctly, because I don't need to leak my IP. Oh, okay. So that's not there. Okay, that's not good. My header is not showing. There we go. That was our problem. Okay, now that'll cover it. Reason being is that will cover up my IP address on the VPS, so I don't want it to be any chance that it could show. All right, so again, what we're going to do is we're going to do this install. We're going to do both panel server, which is what we have here, and da 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 da. If it will let us do it, we have my VPS sitting here. So again, we don't need this, but here is the same packs on both. We're going to install on both. So on this one, all we really need to do is just get the actual files open up here. There we go. That'll start us out for both. Now, what I do on both when I set these up is I usually create a folder just for these damn things, because there's a lot of them. So let's just do that really quick. So that way, if something happens and you need to stop them, you can. So we'll just create a folder for Kyros on this one. And I'm going to do it on this one as well. So over here, see, I haven't done anything. This is a fresh build for this server. So there's nothing on it. This is the best time to do this for this one because there's nothing here to mess with. So we're going to do Kyro and bracket it there. Now, again, if you have any issues, you're able to turn this off via your server CFG. You can go in and tab it out or block it out or delete it altogether, and it won't load on the next restart. So if you're having issues or whatever, or just don't want to use them for whatever reason, you're able to take care of that problem. So let's just get started. It's going to be the same process for both. The only good thing is I can open up all the config on this one, the README stuff, and work both with the same README. Okay. So we'll just do it in order. Let's just start with pack 1. We're going to open it up. I'm going to open it up on both. There is a install folder on this thing. So we are working with QB, of course, which is the new QB, and he does provide us with instructions. Now, he is very blunt about it, and I like that about him. He basically says if you can't follow these directions, you don't need to do it. So it's just a long list of things. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up all these items. So you're going to have QB core shared items, shared weapons, client weapons draw on the weapons, weapons config, weapons server main Lua. And I think there's an extra one somewhere along the way that we have to do something in as well, along with adding in the images and the items. So what I'm going to do is once I get these folders open, I'm going to keep them open for the duration. We'll have them in order as they are, step 1, 2, because they stay the same. His installation instructions stay the same through each, and I think other than adding in one extra one, I think somewhere along the way, this is pretty much the pattern we'll go in. We'll go from pictures, items, and just work our way down. So the pictures will be first, and then we'll work our way down this list. So that's how we're going to work it, and that's how we're going to get it done, and that's how we're going to do it and not have any errors. So if you guys are ready to follow along with that, I appreciate hanging out with me, but we're going to get right into it. I'm going to continually jump back and forth to try and keep an eye on any chat that's coming across. I won't be able to see everything, but I'm going to keep an eye on as much as I can, and keep an eye on the stream as best I can. But like I said, I'm trying to multitask in multiple areas. So I'm not going to keep this open on the main screen. I'm going to put it on my third screen. And when I open everything up, what I'm going to do, I've got my vehicle Lua here that I use for things. Sometimes I can use that to start a new window, but I think we'll just do it this way. All right, so what I'm going to do, because I'm going to have to open folders out of here or files out of here, and I don't want to have to keep going back and forth to deal with these directions. So that's the way we're going to do it. What happened there? Come on, you. Okay. You don't do that. Go up here. There we go. All right, so I'm just going to keep my directions up on the other screen, and then I'll just work it as we work our way through it. The only thing, like I said, I'm going to have to keep going back to keep an eye on my stream to make sure that it's not having any issues or the health is going down on it. That's my biggest thing, is that we keep the stream running as healthy as we can. Looks like we're doing pretty good at the moment, so we should be good to keep going. So what I'm going to do first, like I said, is I'm going to start with the pictures. So let's start with we'll need to keep this kind of seen too. So I think what I'm going to do on my other screen up here is I'm going to share the screen. That'll work. That'll work right there. That's good. I'm just kind of sharing my screen with my OBS. I need 5 screens apparently. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the images. Let's just get that out of the way. So we're going to go to QB, inventory, HTML, images. So bring you guys over here. So this is why I need to be able to pay attention to what I'm doing. So we're going to go into our QB, and then we're going to go to inventory, HTML, images. And the reason I'm doing it this way, guys, I'm not going to change a thing. I'm not going to alter the video as best I can. I'm going to keep it as it is. I may mute if I have to do something, or I may do a BRB if I have to go somewhere for a second, but this is going to be a consistent stream. So we're going to do Control A on this. We're going to drag these suckers in, get those started. Now I need to get my controller over here so I can actually work this a little better. All right, there's our images on this side. QB, inventory, HTML, images. Now I hope this server holds up, because this is the one we're moving from, and they're having a lot of internet issues on their end, so I'm just worried about it. Basically the health of the server. So first thing we're going to do is shared items. So we're going to go back on this one. Oh, let's see. Go back and install files. Let's see, where's it at? Yeah, it's in here. So I got a copy of it up there. Okay. So first thing I got to do is go out of here. Go out of here. We're going to go to QB shared items. Now the good thing is this is a lot of copy and paste other than the pictures. Now, I'm not going to put them at the top because you guys know how I do my guns. I don't like a lot of crap like that. When there's a lot of it, I put it near the bottom. So I think what I'm going to do in this case to make it very, very simple on myself is I'm just going to scroll to the main bottom and I'm going to drop this here. So what we might end up doing, and this will probably be an easier situation for us all the way around. Yeah, that's how we're going to do this. We're going to probably end up doing a lot of copy and pasting. So we're going to do this and scroll this out. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do instead of doing, let's see, it's the same either way. So trying to make it easier on everybody. Kyros Weapon Packs. Kyros Pack 1. I think it's B1, but Pack 1's fine with me. Alright, now, I'll tell you what we can do. Since all this is just going to be copy and pasted into the other server, what I'm going to do is the only thing I'm going to copy into the actual the panel server for now is going to be the pictures. And reason being is we'll go back and do the pictures last. Reason being is that it's going to take forever to upload those items first. Secondly, I can just copy the parts out of here into there, and I'll be able to flip back and forth a lot easier that way. That's what we're going to do. What I'm going to do is just to save myself some trouble is I'm going to close this for the moment to my server, to my panel server. I'm going to bring this down here. I'm going to make my life a little simpler really quick. All right, so what we're going to do is I've got my code here. This is all the coding we're going to be adding in. So what we're going to do, instead of me trying to juggle both of them in the beginning, I'm going to do all the coding on the VPS, all the weapons luas and all that. And then what I'll do is when I'm done, I'll just Control A and copy and paste into the panel server, and then it'll fix all that. Then all we have to do is drag in the actual weapons packs and the items, pictures that is, the PNGs. So that'll make it a lot faster for that, and it's the same process either way. But you'll be able to see what I'm doing at the end. So let's just do that. That way it's a lot faster. So what we're going to do is, first thing we're going to do is grab these. These are our items, okay? So we're going to grab the items, and it is labeled, so I didn't even have to do that. I forget about that. So we're going to copy those, and we're just going to do this and paste it right in. I hope it lines up right, but I doubt it, and it didn't. Oh well, yeah, I guess it did. It's good enough. All right, so, and I didn't, what? Am I over? I'm over. Okay, that works. And we'll just extend that out a little bit so it works with my OCD. Now, that is the first items list, so we're just going to save that. Okay, now we're going to go back over here, and we're going to go down to our second code, which is what? QB shared weapons Lua, and we're going to copy these. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to go here, because once I open these the first time, I won't have to do it again. So now we're going to go to QB shared, which is QB shared weapons Lua, which is this one. It's going to open up second. Okay, now what we have to do is just add these under shared weapons. So this is QB. I'll show you here. It says add under the QB shared dot weapons is what you put under this. So you can put it in anywhere. I usually just stick it at the bottom on this one. Doesn't really matter because they're separated out. Just they changed this and made it look a little more neat. So we're just going to go in here. And again, we're going to do Kyros Weapons Packs. And I'm going to do that. And then I'm just going to Now on this over here, guys, when you do this, don't grab these little dots. If you have an issue with them, just do that. And then grab this. Okay, you're going to copy that. I don't do Control C unless I absolutely have to. I screw it up every time, or I just mess up stuff. So we're going to go back over here, and right where we left that line, we're going to drop that in. Now again, my OCD, stick it out there a little bit more, just because if you actually do this, guys, if you leave a little bit of a space, you can see it on the side over here. So that's what I tend to do, is leave a little space sometimes. All right, so there's the first part. And again, what do we do at the end of every one? We're going to save it. Now we're going to jump back over to our main screen. Third code, QB Weapons Client Weapons Draw, or QB Small Resource Client Weapon Draw, whichever one we can find that under. It could be different. So we're going to look. I forget which one it is. We'll look. Okay. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go back. So let's look under QB Weapons. Let's see what's there. QB Weapons, and we're looking for Client. We're looking for weapons draws there, but I also want to look and see if it's still in small resources. Just depends on what version you have. So this one's Client, and weapons draw is in this one. Weapons drop is here. Okay, so see, that's weapons drop. We want weapons draw. So we're going to go back. We're going to go to QB Weapons, and we're going to go to Client and weapons draw. Now you guys might be curious to think, okay, how are you going to know where to put these at when you get done? Well, it's very simple. Here you go. Here is your format to where you need to go. So in order to put this where it needs to be when we do the copy and paste, is we're going to know where it's in QB Weapons, Client, and then the weapons draw.lua. So that's how you find where you need to be. Now, this one here goes under the local weapons, which is the top. Now, this one, since it's like this, you can put it at the top, bottom, side, it doesn't matter. This one, I usually put it at the top. So what I'm going to do is I label everything. So I'm going to do this as, we'll put this one as original, QB Core Weapons, okay? Then I'll go up and I'll drop another line, and then I'll do Kyros Weapon Packs, okay? Then we're going to do this because it doesn't have it. We're going to do Kyros Weapon Pack version 1. Okay, that. Now, all I'm going to do is copy these out of the Lua and paste them into this one. Fix my syntax up here because that's going to screw with my OCD. And that's that for that one. Okay, save that. Now we'll go back to our main. Okay, fourth, QB Weapons Config Lua. Okay, so we're going to go, we're already in QB Weapons, I believe, right? QB Weapons Config Lua. So we're going to go this one next. Now these go under Config Durability Multiplier. Config Durability Multiplier, Durability Block Weapons, Throwables, Weapons Draw, Durability Multiplier. Okay, so you can put it at the top, bottom, it doesn't matter. I'm going to put them again at the top because it makes for less finding for me now. So we're going to do again, keep your stuff organized. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to put original QB Core Weapons. I'll go up here, and we're going to come out with Kyros Weapon Packs. And then we're going to come out again because of my OCD, because it doesn't have it. And that's probably far enough. Kyros. I usually like to get it out past whatever we're working with, so I'll throw this one out a little further just so it looks a little better. Doesn't matter. And we'll do Kyros Pack. See, weapons version 1. That's close enough. I think they go into V1, V2 when you get into some of the other parts. Now I'm just going to copy what's in this out and drop it right there. There it is. Fix your syntax. Save. That part's done. Okay. Now, jump back over here. Fifth code. Where are we going? QB Weapons Config Lua. Same place again. See? Config Lua. Config Lua. We're in the same place. This time, though, we're going to go down and weapon attachments. Okay, so we're going to scroll on down on this sucker, and all this at the bottom we see is weapon attachments. So this one is going under clip. Because if you look, clip attachment, okay, this actually replaces this whole thing if you want to do that, which is probably what I will do on this one. Then I'll just put the rest at the bottom every time. So what we're going to do is go back over here. I'm going to copy this whole thing out really quick. Clip attachment. We'll copy it, and then I'm going to grab this. Clip attachment. We're going to come right on up, and we're going to just do that right there. And we're going to paste that in. Now, we have version 1 below. Now we're going to save it. Okay. Now we'll jump back over here. And here's another one. Flashlight attachment. You see you got 2 at the bottom. So we got to go back over here. We got to find flashlight attachment, which is this one. And again, all I'm going to do is grab this, tweak it to make it move. We're going to copy that, and we're going to paste it right over top of flashlight attachment. And paste that in. There we go. That's that one. Check my Discord really quick, guys. Make sure nothing's up. Is it streaming and picking me up? No, that mic is muted. Okay. All right. So, is it showing? What's it showing? Okay. All right. Now, where are we at? I'm on back over here. All right. I'm going to go ahead off screen, guys. I'm going to go ahead and save that because we did make that change. We've done flashlight. Now we got suppressor. So we're going to go back, and we're going to find suppressor attachment, which is the next one down, which is right here. Okay. And again, my plan originally was to do these separately, but since I'm just going to be doing the same thing on both, I figured it'd be easier just to do all the work on this one, so that way I can be faster, and then we will just copy and paste. Okay, so now we got to do large scope attachment. So I just got to go back over here, large scope, which is probably near the bottom of right there. There's large scope. So I'm just going to grab that Lua and large scope right here and paste. And it just adds the one. Now we're going to jump back over. I'm going to save that. And this one goes into weapons server main Lua. Okay. So now we're going to go back over here. And we're going to grab this one. So we're going to go to QB weapons, which is where we're at. Server main Lua. Okay. And this one's going to go add this ammo snippet under ammo. So just under ammo. So we're going to go back over here, and we're going to look for ammo. So what you can do is this right here, Control F, ammo. Okay. So we're looking for anything with ammo. So I usually go back up to the top. I want to start with one. I'm looking for ammo. It should be under the part that looks like this, ammo. So let's go down so we can find that one. Events. There it is. See? Ammo. He's very, 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 very specific on his shit, because he doesn't want to get 6,000 messages about I can't do this or I can't do that. So he has, I have to admit, he has one of the best installs that I've ever seen. So what we're going to do is we're going to add this under there. So we're going to, I always leave a line between everything like everybody else does. We're going to drop that in, and we're going to just save it. What this does is it adds the ammo for the paintball. Now, the thing about paintball with this particular setup is the last I remember using it, I didn't use it in every version of the server that I built because it's deadly. You shoot somebody with paintball, they die. Simple. That's just it. Lights out. There's no working around it. Okay, so that's the first one. It's done. That's all you need to do for installing this one other than dragging in the actual pack itself. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how that would work. So I'm going to minimize this Lua, and I'm going to back out of here because we're not going to be messing with this anymore, right? All of our files are pretty much right there for now, unless I think there's one extra we may have to run after at some point. But all we really need to do now is everything's already in, right? So here's our, everything's here. There's our images. We've already put our images in for weapons 1. So we're going to grab pack 1, and we'll drag it into my Kyros folder. It's not double foldered, it's single foldered. Everything's there. We're good. Now, next thing we're going to do, we're going to jump into pack 2. Pretty simple. What we're going to do really quick is I'm going to grab these daggone images and get them out of my way. So that'll be another thing we may have to have opened. So what I may end up doing is just opening up a second folder here. Let me do it. There it goes. We're going to grab another folder over here, and I'm going to do this. We'll pull up inventory, HTML, images. That way I can just go this, Control A, and drag and drop. And guys, normally I do copy and paste, but this server may or may not stay where it's at, so I'm not stressing about it. Now, only other thing I need to do is I've got the images. I need to do my install files. So I'm going to open it up on my other computer really quick. So I'm going to close this. I don't want to save that. Where did I put my gun folder? There it is. All right, so we're going to do V2. And again, I'll do all the real quick drag and drop. Problem with the panel server is it's going to take a while for all this to probably upload. So it'll be, you'll see how I do it, but all but the drag and drop part. So we don't want that. We want install files, new, not Quasar, crap. New QB4. There we go. All right, here we go. Let's jump back over here. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our first code, which is what? Shared items, which is what we've got open first. So I'm going to copy this. Copy. When we go back to here, we can open this up and go back here. Now, all I'm going to do is go right here, make a little line. That way I have it from now on. And I'm not going to put a line. I'm not even going to put a line between these because they're the same thing. So we'll just do this. We'll come out and we'll do Kyros Weapon Pack V2. Then I'm going to drop those in. Roll back over, make sure they look fine. I'll just take that out. I already did it. Take that line out. Delete. There's that one. That one's in. All right, so we're going to save it. File. Save that part. Now, let's go back. All right. Moving right along. Second code. Shared weapons, which is what we've got next, right? So we're going to grab. Again, if you have an issue, like you don't think you can get all the way to the end or whatever your screen is, you can drop a line in right there. And grab this. Copy. We're going to go to shared weapons. Right here. And just Control V. There it is. Now you can, like I said, if your OCD screws with you, you can throw that out there so it kind of sticks out a little better for your eyes as you scroll. Right, there's that one. Jump back over. Click back in this so we don't screw anything else up. Now this one goes to client, the weapons draw one. So we're going to just copy this. Like I said, guys, once you get going, it's a lot faster. Look at that. Bam. Clean your mess up. What's the first one on that one? M32. I forgot to put my line in. So we'll just do this. Kyros Weapon Pack V2. There's that. We're going to save it. There's that. All right, now back over here, fourth code. We're going to do weapons config, which is this one. Remember, we got to go back to the top, all the way to the top, all the way up. Let's see, where was it at? Right there. Now, I'm going to grab that code, copy, and there's weapons 1. Let's just do this a couple times. Have that over, drop that in. If you want to fix your OCD, more power to you. There you go. We're going to save that. We're going to jump back to our screen because we're going to keep on going right down this one. So next we're going to clip attachment. So we're going to jump back over here. Go down to clip attachment. Okay, on this one he did not. Let's see, component. Let's see, maybe sniper. Okay, so this one I'll show you. He didn't do like he did the first one. See how just version 2. So we're going to have to add these in manually like we did before. Unlike we did before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab those last 6 or 8 lines of it. And then I'll just come over here and we'll drop them right there. There it is. There it is. What you can do is on these, you can do this. Like that. That separates these out. Okay. Now we're going to do the one flashlight that's over here. I'm just going to tell you what I'm grabbing each time now. Now we're going to do the flashlight. Again, same thing. I'm just going to go ahead and clean this up a little. Kyros Weapon Packs. And we're going to go right here. We're going to drop a line and drop that in. Clean it up. There's that. Okay. Next one is suppressors. We'll grab the suppressors lines. Copy them out. So we're going to go right on down. We'll do exactly what I did before. We'll clean it up a little bit. Kyros Weapon Packs. Go down, enter, drop that line in. I'm going to have to clean the first line up because I'm not backspacing, which is what I should be doing on every time. Okay, and then we got a small scope on this one. So copy, we're looking for small scope, which is right here. So I'm going to enter Kyros Weapon Pack and go back, drop that in. Wow, bam, there she goes. Next thing, we got a medium scope on this one. Okay, medium scope. We're going down to the medium scope, which is right here. We're going to hit it. Same thing over and over. And I forgot to clean it. Oh, what the heck? Something's wrong. Edit, undo. That's what it was. I didn't grab the right part. Huh. That. I grabbed the freaking thing at the bottom. What is wrong with me? We're going to drop this in right there. What's that, ma'am? We ain't breaking nothing. I'm doing a video and putting these damn guns in. I'm actually dual installing them. I'm building it on the VPS and I'm transferring it to that new server. So that way, if we move to that one, it'll already be done. That way I don't have to double do it because this is a pain in the butt to do. There's a lot more to it than you would think. I mean, once you get going, it's not so bad. Once I get going, it's like I'm doing the same things over and over and over again. You know, I'm just copy and pasting, really. That's why when I do this, the other server won't be that hard. It'll just be, I have to copy in the images, and then I'll have all the files in one long list on the server, on the VPS. I'll just copy and paste it into there, and then I won't have to do it twice. It'll just be a one shot deal. Like I've already done two. I'm getting ready to do the third one now. So it's moving a little faster this way. So, and it makes it a lot easier to do a video when I don't have to do it twice. I've been putting this off. You know that. I have been putting this off for weeks because of how much work it is. So I just decided today was the day just to get it over with. Be done with it. It'll probably take me about an hour, I think. The way I thought it maybe would be two, but I think I can maybe get it done in like a little over an hour. So it won't be as bad as I thought, but it's still gonna be pretty sucky. Yeah, that's it. Another part done. And then I'll start working on that other one. Even if we don't use it, I'm going to try it because he gave us an entire node. No, his partner did. So that's a whole nother thing. We'll talk about that later. It was a whole nother thing. So did I put that in right? Did okay. Yeah, this won't be that bad. I'll get it done pretty quick. Let's see, do I need that on here? No. Yeah, I can do it. All I want you to do is help me when I get them done here in about the next little bit. If you're around, is we need to go through them and decide what's going to be what. You know what I mean? I think we need to start with one and just move from there. Add them as we need them. We can kind of go through them because there are some colored ones in there, so we can kind of have them in our mind. There are some red ones for people that like red ones, but other than that, I think it'll be okay. So save that. Not really. I saw you. I was around. I was just doing other stuff. I figured. Did it finally stop? It's not bad. Could have been worse. Yeah, New York was bracing for it. I saw that on the news or something. We had on. Yeah, it's basically this is not hard to do. It's the same crap over and over again. So it's pretty simple to get done. But with 8 packs, it takes a while. Well, yeah, exactly. I don't think we've ever used them all. I don't think we ever. I don't even think we spawned them all. That one day we were spawning them and we got tired and we stopped. We just stopped. So, um, yep. They usually know. They usually know. Oh, I want this one because it's fully automatic. Let's see, clip attachment. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay. I just did half of this freaking pack and didn't even video it. Oh well, it's the same stuff over and over again, so it's not that big a deal. Wasn't even paying attention that I didn't have my channel switched. Whew. He was in here a minute ago. He was online a minute ago talking to me. He'll be around. Let's see. Suppressors. Large scopes. I wish he'd have made more scopes and like things. Yeah. I wish he'd have made more attachments for more guns, like, you know, some of these, even just the bigger stuff. It would have been a little better. Let's see, so I already did the images on this one. I just need to do this. Okay. Okay, now we're on 4. So I've only got, after this one, I only got 4 more to do. So, oh, yeah, we'll just replace that one. Okay. Alright, so I don't need that. I just need to do this. Save that. Go back to here. And then back to here. Close that. And we're in 4. Let's see. We'll have a lot of background noise. We're working on the water. And it drained our tank, so my tank has continuously been running for the last little bit. It's starting to slack off. Let's see. Okay, now we're doing this. So all it is items. What now? Is he on it? Is he playing ATS? I told him I'd play ATS with him this week at some point. I just got to get this done first, and then I will. Weapons. Okay. And we got to grab this. Okay. Well, damn water main goes right above my head. Let's see. Okay, so I got that. It's just a step-by-step thing. Once I get everything open, it's not so bad. It's just a one thing after another, and after another, and after another. It's not so hard to do. It's 5. I think so. Has to be. Yeah, once I get the big server done, I'll let you know and I'll reboot them. You've got the gun list, don't you? Yeah, it's in that same place. Weapons. Config. Oh, wait. I put that in the wrong daggone place. Crap. Cut. That don't go there. That goes here. That. That's better. That. That. Okay, so that was the weapons draw. Right, yeah. Now we're on weapons config. Okay, here we go. I about screwed up. That would have been funny. Restart the daggone server and it was through more errors. Been awful. I'd have been trying to figure out where the hell it was at. And like all the weapons, none of the weapons would have worked. That would have been funny. For about 2 seconds, so I started freaking out. Okay, now I got to do the attachments. clips. Yep. Flashlights. Flashlight. Where are you at? Right, I passed it up. Suppressor. There it is. We're doing suppressor. Oh, that zip tie gun's got a suppressor on it. Didn't realize that. Yep. Yep. The one that, you remember the one I'm talking about? Yeah. Held together by hopes and dreams. Let's see, this one's got a medium scope. The AR pistol has a scope, a medium scope. Grip. This one goes on weapons config lure, which is this one. Oh, this one goes at the bottom. Those barrel, those drum clips. Goes down here at the end. It's got a 100-round clip and a drum. They go at the very, very bottom. Okay. That's that one. Now just gotta put that one in. Up to 5. That in there. Place. Okay. And that's all I need from that. Bring that back up. Then I can close that. Open up 5. Or items. Items list. Right. Good luck with that. Using version 4. Wait a minute. We can take the 100 and the drum out. We can delete that out. We got these. Okay. It's 5. Okay. Weapons. 5. Did I mislabel these? Yep. Clip attachments. All right, everybody. Again, we're just continuing to move along. Just grabbing different pieces and throwing them in. Let's see. So we got. Now we're down to. Like I said, we only, like I was telling him, we only got just a little bit left to go, and we'll be done. Kyros Weapon Pack. Okay, roll number 5 for that one. Okay, now we got to do the flashlight. Okay. And again, as soon as we get done with this, I'll test it on this server. And if everything's good, I will copy and paste everything into the panel server. So suppressors, go down to suppressor. Suppressors, we have 2. Copy. Throw these in. If you guys have any questions, please get with me in my Discord. Create a ticket. I'll help you out with it. And if you haven't already done so, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, leave us some comments down below. I've been looking. Looks like we've had a couple of views. I haven't seen much chat rate on this video yet, but I usually see more people watching it after the fact. So, again, if you guys need any help, please get with me. I'll try my best to help you as much as I can and get your shit in order. But always, always make sure you subscribed, liked, commented to help me kind of grow things along the way. Large scope is next, guys. Okay, large scope. Large scope. Okay, here we go. AWP, those were already on there. Why is it saying that? Let me see something. Make sure I didn't do something. No, I didn't. So, he put large scope on here, but there is no large scope. So, I don't know. And we're going to grab these, which are the grips. Grip, 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 grip. Here we go, grips. I don't know what the deal was with that. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here. Like up here, see large scope, he does 1, 3, there's no 5. So he didn't put a 5 on that. I don't know if he was a mistake or what. I'll go back and look at my old versions and see if maybe there's some code that's missing. I don't think there is, but you never really know. And then down at the bottom, we have this. It says add this under weapon attachment. This is at the bottom. So we're going to grab all this and go to the bottom. Down to the bottom, down to the bottom. Okay, and we'll look at what I've got. So Titan. Okay, so these are in addition to what we've already got there. So we have at clip drum pistol. So let's add these. Copy. Let's see. Hang on just a second. All right. My mic kind of went out for a second there. Figured out what it was. Okay, so we got 5 all transferred over. So we're going to save this and minimize. And then I'm just going to drag 5 in. Okay. Let's see. Now, we're going to do the police pack next. So let's grab its images. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to save myself a little bit of trouble. I'm going to go ahead and grab these images. Okay. Go back out of this one because I don't really need to do much else on this side because I'm getting all the coding from the other version. So I'm just going to go ahead and snatch up all the items. Drag all that in. Reason being, it's going to make it simpler on me here just a second. Grab all these and put them in at once. Okay, now that part's done for me. I don't have to do anything else with the files on this side. I just have to focus on this. So we're going to go back to items. We're going to do police, and then we'll do the rest. Okay, so let's start with the police pack. So we're going to go out of here, back out, and police. We'll just work our way up. Okay, so now we're going to do install files, new QB core install. We're back to items on our other. So we're going to go back to this, and it's the same stuff over and over again. So let's just do this one. So I'm going to put you guys back over there so you can see, and I'm going to grab the Luas on each one. So we're going to grab this one, which is the items. We're going to go over here to the bottom, drop a line in, go back up, and drop it in. Go back over to the edge, clean up our mess, and push that out. Okay, save that. Okay, next code is going to be shared weapons, which is right here. Okay, now we're going to grab that code out, copy, right here, and drop it in. That one does have a marker on it, so we'll push the marker out further. Save that. Next is weapons draw. It doesn't have a marker, so I'll have to draw one. So copy right here, line, put your marker in, Kyros Weapons Pack. Okay, drop that in there. Clean our mess up right here. Drop that. Oh, too far. Tab it out. Save that. Okay. Next is config. So we're going to go back to the top. So home doesn't work on this one anymore. That's right. We got to go all the way up to here. There's 4, 5. Okay, here's where we're going to be. There is no coding on. There's no line or marker on that one. So we'll have to create our own. So right here. Kyros Weapon Police Pack. Doesn't really matter what you put in there. It's up to you. Grab the coding out. And I'm going to pull that back. Okay, now we're going to scroll down, guys, because remember, the next thing we're going to do is the attachments. So the next thing is clip attachments. We've got 2. Copy those. Go to the bottom of the clip attachments and drop these in. I'll probably have to clean it up. Yep. Dun, dun. There's that. Next one's going to be flashlight. We got one for flashlight. Copy flashlight. Here. Enter. Go back to the end. Drop that in. Should line right up. Yep. Now we're going to do suppressor. Got one suppressor. Suppressor. Go all the way down. Do that. Drop that in. That's done. Save that. Okay. And I think that's the end of it for that one. Yep, that's all of that one. So now we can go back to the items list. I'm going to go back to my main screen. I'm going to close that one back out. We're going to do the female pack next. So I'm going to go to install files, new QB core. And again, it's the same process over and over and over again. So we're going to grab this, copy, back to this screen here, drop a line in, drop this in, push this out. Looks fine. Save that. Now, next thing is weapons. It's here. So we're going to grab this code. Copy. It does have its own flag, so I don't have to, or marker, so I don't have to do anything. Oh, okay. Throw that out. Save that. Weapons draw. I do have to create the flag for this one. Okay. Right, so this one is what? The female pack. Weapons. Yeah, female. Okay. So, Kyros Weapon. Let's do Kyros. Weapons. That in. Clean up our mess. Oh crap. There it is. Save that. Go on over to config. And we have to draw our flag for this one, or a marker. So we're going to go back to the top. Should be about right here. Yep. Okay. I'm going to drop in. Kyro Weapon Female Pack. Drop that in. Clean up our mess. Save that. Next thing is we're going to scroll down for the clip attachment. Okay. Clip attachments. Looks like we got 4. So we're right here. And do that. Then we have flashlights. Flashlights right here. So drop a line in. Go back. You won't have to do all the extra stuff. And there's that. Okay. Then we're going to do a couple suppressors. Copy a couple suppressors here. Put that in there. Drop that in. There's that. Small scope. Copy. Small scope. Okay. And it looks like a medium scope. There's that. So we'll save that one. All right, one more to go. We've already done the moving, so we ain't got to do that on these last ones. All right, so last one's Airsoft. I think I have to make a separate change on this one. I think there's something additional I have to do for this one. Okay. Next thing, we're going to go back to Items Lua. Okay. Put a line in, go up, drop it in. Push this out. Okay. Now we got custom ammo. I didn't see that part. That was added on. I didn't see this at the bottom of that Lua. Go up, drop this in. Not going to push it out as far, just enough to be able to see it. Okay, next is over here. Grab this. Copy. Okay. All right, next thing we're going to do is weapons draw. Oh, I probably should have saved those. Weapons draw. Grab this. Copy. Okay, we'll go here. Kyro Weapon Airsoft. Drop that in. Throw that back. Save that. Next is the config. And we're going to go up to the top and do the durability multiplier. So back to the top, right here, and do this. Weapon pack Airsoft. Put that in. I need to clean up our mess. Yep. Okay, now we're going to scroll down and do our attachments. I don't think there's any on this one. Nope. Okay, the next one we have to do is again on weapons. I think it's this one. Weapon server manual. Yep. So we got to go down to the ammo section, which is where we were before, and we got to put in the ammo for the airsoft guns. And we're going to save that. We're going to go back here and we're going to save this. Okay. Now that's done. Let's check this. I want to check my server, so I don't want to close any of that. Let's see here. Got one in there, which I'm not worried about at the moment. Before I pull him out, let's check back over and let's do some copy and pasting. So we're going to open this up, and I'm going to minimize it so I know where I'm at. Okay, so what I'm going to do is jump back over here. I'm going to close all of this, and I need to go here, and I'm going to go to my server and connect my Windows CP. Password I used. That was it. Okay. So we got anything over here? Or something Bing. Nothing for me. Just jump. Okay. So TX data, QB core, resources. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a lot of copy and pasting. So I'm going to copy and paste my entire items Lua for this server anyways. So what we're going to do is QB core. Let me get my screen back up, make sure I'm on the right page. Okay. Shared items. But if you're using WinSCP, if you right click and open, it's going to open it up like this. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my items Lua on my other server. I'm going to do Control A. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to come over here and do Control A, and I'm going to paste it there. There's all that coding for all those guns. Now we're going to save that. Okay, and all this stuff can be closed. We don't need to save any of this stuff from here. That. Save that, and then the items Lua is done. So I'm going to get that out of the way. I'm going to close that on the big server. The next one we're going to go to is QB Weapons. No, wait a minute. We're going to go to QB Core Shared Weapons Lua. So Shared Weapons Lua. I'm going to open that one. I'm going to go back to the other server, and I'm going to Control A. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to come over here. Control A, and I'm going to paste it. Now, if we scroll, we see all those guns. And we're going to save this and close it. I'm going to close that file on the VPS. Now, the next one we're going to go to is QB Weapons Config Lua. So we're going to go out of here. We're going to go down to QB Weapons Config Lua. Open this one up. Okay. Now, all this stuff, all the other stuff can stay the same. All I'm going to do is copy and paste from the other server. So copy, then I'm going to open it up here, and I'm going to paste it. All of our Kyros work is done. Okay, so I can close that one here, and I'll close that one on the server. Do we do weapons draw? No, we didn't do weapons draw. So we're going to do, where are we at? Client weapons. Oh crap, I didn't do it that way. Alright, click open. Weapons draw. This is our weapons draw. So all we're going to do is on my server, I'm going to control copy it. Control paste it. Now if we scroll back up to the yellow, we should see our QB core weapons and then our Kyro weapons. Again, save that one here. Close it over there. Only thing left is the weapons server main Lua. So we're going to go back out of here. We're in QB Weapons server main Lua. Open. Okay. Now, again, on the other server, we're going to copy it. And over here, we're going to paste it. And around somewhere, we should find ammo. This is airsoft and paintball. So we're going to save that. That's that. Now, the only thing we need to do here now, we've already done the first one. We need to do all of the images. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back to inventory, HTML, images over here. Now, the thing is, I'm going to go ahead and copy these in, but I'm going to, I think, I got them all. I don't remember if I copied the whole thing. Let me look. I want something here. I have a folder that I've been working with. New server, install. I thought maybe that I copied the entire thing over here, but I did. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, since I'm done with the main Lua, I'm going to close that on the other server. And then I'm going to drag this over out of the way. What I want to do is copy this now, because that's one less thing I have to do later. So we're going to copy this, right? And then I'm going to go back here. And this is a file that I use for this stuff right now. I'm going to paste it. Let's see how long it's going to take to copy it. It may take a minute. I may just have to stop and just do this later. I'll give it a second. It's not going to take 8 minutes, I don't think. Reason being is if I copy this now, then I don't have to worry about it later. I can do all these images at one time. So we'll see. It's moving faster. The problem is the VPS we're using right now is having a lot of issues with its internet. Okay, I'm not going to do that. Okay, it's going to take too long for you guys. You guys don't want to sit through all that. So we'll just do it like this really quick. So I think we've already done V1, but we'll see. I think we did. Control A. Let's see if it says it. No. Okay. No. No. No to all. Because we already did that one. Okay. That one's fine. We'll do version 2. Drag these in. And again, I'm going to replace all of this with the images from my main server because they're already built out for all my scripts. It's just easier than me trying to go through every single script and pull items and create stuff for all of them. Drag that one in. All that was copied. We'll open 4. I think there's like 3,000 images on that server. That's probably why it's going to take so long. So that's 4, 5. Police. Should be a couple that overlap there. Okay, Control A, drag these in. Okay, let's see. All right, so that one copied. That was the police one, right? So now let's do the female one. Drag that in. Okay, while that's doing its thing, we'll do the last one. Airsoft images. Drag that in. Okay. All right, that's dragging all the items in. Now I do have to do all of this. These are all single filed. I will have to actually see. Let's see how long it takes to drag one of these in to a panel. So you guys give you guys an idea of what it's going to take. Yeah, it's going to take a hot minute. Yeah, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. I'll use FileZilla to do the transfer for these. Okay, guys. Mainly because I don't want you guys to be here for another hour while we wait for these to upload. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reboot the main server. We'll log in to Crossroads RP, and I'll be able to show you some of the guns we're working. So I'm going to disconnect this so it saves my bandwidth. I'll minimize that. I'm going to jump back into my Discord and let the guys know we're going to do a reboot. Just us. Okay. Hey, fuckers. Are y'all around still? Whenever you're ready, I'm going to reboot it and activate the guns. You good? Alright. Here we go. Hold on. I got to log back in. Let's see. Quit breaking stuff. Let's see what I'm watching for them guns. Make sure they load. Look for any errors. I got a bad car. We got a Ninja that doesn't work apparently. Yeah, a Ninja bike. It's something wrong with it. Remind me to look at that. I'm gonna jump in and check these couple of these guns, and I should be good then. And I'll finish my live then, and I won't have to worry about that. So looks like I don't see any errors with it. I'm just waiting to see if the files load. Oh, I know they won't. Crap! I forgot to turn on the freaking files. They won't load if I don't turn them on. Did I use Kyro or Kyros? Kyros. Save. Alright. That was my bad. Alright, let's see how it does this time. I got a go-kart script is acting up, looks like. It was working, it just went away, didn't it? I must have changed something. The purge, I've got all the crap in for the purge, but it's not reading the essential thing it needs to be on. I don't know why. I bet I have to ensure that script separately. Oh, that build that got deleted the other day for that other server. I took my time when I did the freaking purge. I put in items for everybody to get put in their pockets and set up the health script and everything for it. And like when we started it, it emptied your pockets and put it all in a folder. And then you got like a shotgun, an assault rifle, a pistol, the basics. You got a hatchet and I think a knife, food, bandages, even a repair kit. And then once it was over, it took it all back out of your pocket. And you loaded up with like 20 rounds of ammo. Okay. All right, it's back up. All the weapons loaded. Let's see. Sounds like a plan, man. I mean, that's always a good idea to me. Yep. It's a gun pack. Did you close 5M when I did that? You may have to close it to get it to come up. Quit breaking stuff then. If you're looking at those, that list, Hound, the spawn code is on the right. We already know you're going to spawn the honey badgers, so. Yep. I'm going to test them, and then I'm going to mute. I'll end my stream with that, and then I'll come back and we'll decide what's going to be what. Yeah. I think it's 100. I think I counted them once before. It was 180. He's got one new pack. Since these, he took 2 and 3 and turned them into Mafia guns. No, it's just 2 and 3. If you go to his website, 2 and 3 are Mafia style guns, and they're, like I said, they're just that. They're just 2 and 3. It probably went to the last place you were at before that. You kind of have to retrace your steps because it doesn't save it until it stays in that place for a moment or two. And sometimes I think if you're driving it, if you're sitting in the seat, it doesn't save it. So it would go to the last place that you were out of the seat. Let me reboot. Did you spawn in at the garage on top of it? Let's see, I'll just spawn over there in the dirt. Alright, let's see if these load. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Honey Badger. That's Hound's favorite gun. Good old Honey Badger. It's loading. There it is. That's the one that's silenced from the jump. That's the Maxim. That's the we used to use that one. That's one we had as the admin gun. So that way, if you seen someone in the server wasn't supposed to be here, they didn't know where you were at, and you could just take them out really easy. Come on, there you go. We'll find it. Okay. Where's one of the red ones? I want to see if they load in. There's a tan Glock. Where? Yep. Let's see if the zip tie loads. That was always a fun looking gun. Zip tie. There it is. First time it does take a second. Yep, it's the last place you got out of it, probably. ever. Let's see, so I want to see a couple, I'm trying to check one from each pack to make sure it's loading. Red one. Yep. No, you don't need to. That's weird. What you do? I guess I did. Weapon SPAS. Didn't load. Huh. The female ones aren't loading for some reason. Did I not put them in the items list, maybe? I bet I forgot them. So, AK. They're not loading either. Yeah. Hang on a minute. Hold on a minute. Yep. I gotta check this item list too. Make sure that I put the items in. I bet I forgot. I bet I didn't do something right. It's nothing new. Core shared items. Make sure that I loaded the items in. First 5. Police. Female. Airsoft. Okay, which one am I trying to load? Did they change the name of them maybe? Maybe change the names on them? Let's see. Let me pull this list up here. Because this is the list I had for like 2 years ago. Let's see. Yeah, one of them's different. PS Scar. He's changed the name on them. On some of them. Female ones, he changed the name on them because there was a PT-39. It's not there anymore. It's not on our list. So that list may not work for all of them. I may have to copy and paste the actual item list. Like the Airsoft, I tried to load up the AK-47 and he changed the name. Oh, I know why. He changed the actual name because they were he changed the name because of it being copyrighted. That's what it was. So it's not the guns that are messed up, it's the name. I gotta have to get a new list of names out. Which is not a problem.
Be a deer or bird left in the sky.
Check this out. Get up now. These are good for heads. Did it hurt you?
Airsoft guns are like that. Mikey, get in here, Mikey, so we'll shoot you.
See if I can find a ped. Just video out. You know, when anybody else does it, they'll have to pull out the actual item list and not use the old one that I use. I need to find a ped. I'm gonna go down to the city and find me a ped. Oh, there's some over here. He's like, I ain't coming. You ain't shooting me. There's some peds at Mikey's house. I know there is. Nope, there ain't no peds at your house today, Mikey. Did you not have a party? Mikey didn't have a party. There's no pets. Yep. They went to party somewhere else. Oh, the busker's here at Legion. He's got to get it. All right. Let's see. So the airsoft guns work perfectly. It's probably the wrong name. I might send you a copy of the screenshot. The honey badger will load. Yeah. Any of the ones that's got a copyrighted name won't on that list won't load. They changed the names on them. That's what it is. I'll send you a new list. I'll be right. Hang on. Let me do this, and I'll give you. I'll screenshot the list. All right, everybody. So that shows you how the guns are working. You'll have to check your list to make sure you got the right names, as they have changed them to be TOS compliant. So that means my list that I made of the entire 180 versions of the guns are no longer good, which is fine. We'll just have to figure out which ones is which. So they changed I think they changed the Glock to the Titan. It looks like. So that's the only difference. So that's the thing. If you guys have any questions, again, get with me on my Discord, create a ticket, and I'll help you guys best I can. If you haven't already done so, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, and leave us some comments down below. And if you are following along, please make sure you've done that. It does help us grow the channel. Trying to grow the channel so we can work with more developers to get more stuff to work with and to, showcase and show you guys how to make them work. So, again, like, comment, subscribe, and get in the Discord if you need any assistance. Create a ticket, and I'll help you out as best I can. And thanks you guys for hanging out with me. And looks like we did about an hour and 37 minutes to install 8 gun packs on 2. Well, not on 2 servers, but you guys get the point of how to just drag and drop now at this point. So all I have to do is put the items, the scripts in. So we're good. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll see you guys on the next regular video. We're going to continue building the other server we had. The host crashed it, so I got kind of screwed on that. But we're starting over with a full node for our own use and fun. So we have plenty of space, 45 gigs of RAM. Right now we're going to expand almost 500 gigs of space. Plenty of room to expand into more servers and to bring more people into the fold. So that's the thing. Reckless Development is growing, and we're going to add more servers and more developers as well as content creators. So if you're looking to get into a server where you can have some help and a little bit of, control over what happens and doesn't happen, get with me. We'll try to help you out. And again, guys, thanks for hanging out with us, and I will see you guys on our next main channel video. Have a great rest of your day.